Yeah, what's going on, guys? It's your boy again. Easy day today. It's only a couple games. Last night was just whack, man. Shout out to everybody who said don't play dude on the Blazers. He had a bad game. Nothing I could say, but I should have listened. Nobody was feeling him. He just had a bad game. So it sucks. It just sucks. Cantor. Not Cantor. What am I talking about? But this just to look, Jokic was the highest score in the slate yesterday. Truth, rightfully so. AD, I had a good feeling about. He did more than Cousins, like I knew he would. Kevin Love, I felt good about Love, and I said it in my live. I just missed that. Antetokounmpo did good. Middleton, a lot of people was on Middleton. Ben Simmons did good. People that we missed, Harrison Barnes. If I was to stay true to my 6 times value, I could have saw that because Washington, for one, gives it up to the power forward. He's been playing a lot of power forwards with Nowitzki not getting too many minutes. Gobert did all right, and he was sent against Philly. That should have been an option. Saric, I don't feel too bad about missing out on that one. Will Barton against the Nets, we should have had that one. Just kind of recapping. Valanciunas, like I said, I always feel good about Valanciunas. And I think he might be back, man. I hope so. How many minutes? He played only 24 minutes, but it's the Bulls. So, that's something that you got to go after. Steve Adams didn't do too bad. He didn't do too great. Dunn, I kind of mentioned Dunn. He did all right. Kyle Quinn and Lance Stevenson. I'm going to stop there because those are two options that's good for today. Porzingis, I think, will not play because he's banged up for one. It's a back-to-back. I don't think the team is going to risk him. They've been winning. I don't feel like they have to play Porzingis. So I think Porzingis is out. That makes me love Kyle Quinn today. Kyle Quinn with minutes is what you want. All right. So let's get right into it. Let me see who's here hanging out with me so far. Chopping it up. Fitch, welcome. Fitch Cordell, welcome. Gabe says, let's get this chicken. It's been a while since Gabe's been around in the chat, so it's always a pleasure to have him around. What's going on, big bro? What's up, man? Bacon boy dead to me. Yeah, that Bacon kid, I don't know, man. It was the wrong one. His teammate, though, Malik Monk, dude from Kentucky, he lit it up. He lit up the Knicks yesterday. That's what we should have had. Decent value. Got to sort through this news and get it and not get blinded. Definitely. The news will blind you, but Nurkic was trash. Definitely was trash. Had Joker, still didn't cash. Me too. I had Joker in most of my lineup. Jokic. I had Anthony Davis. Just couldn't pull it through. But these are my lines that I'm going with. From favorite to least favorite. These are my lines. For those who don't care to hear my breakdown, that's my line. I'm gonna just get right into it though. Starting with Detroit versus, and I'm gonna try to stick with this 6-time concept because going for people in good positions who I think will do, a lot of them do well, but even when they do well, I'm missing out on the lower price players that can do well. And because I'm paying up on the ones that do well, I'm chasing these values that's so cheap. And then when they don't do well, it messes up my entire lineup. You know what I mean? So it's not that the apparent value are not exotic enough to consider. It's just when you go fishing for that cheap options, those are 50-50 no matter what position they're in. And then you get sidetracked like that. So definitely got to be careful with that. And that's where I kind of went wrong yesterday. I went after the apparent clear values, like Simmons, for example. I could have easily faded Simmons and got cheaper mid-tier players that were in good position. But that's DFS, right? So Detroit versus Indiana on the Detroit side. Reggie Jackson, I'm not a fan of, not for 6K. Yeah, I just caught the meanest Charlie horses. Oh my God. Reggie Jackson for 6K is unattractive to me. I'm not even gonna do that. He would never get me 6 times. I mean, I can't say never because I think he dropped a 38 bomb the other day. Yeah, he got 37 here, but for the most part, he's never around. He got 42. 2 out of 10 games does not do it for me. So Reggie Jackson's not the question. Avery Bradley needs about 30. The last 10 days, he's averaging 30, which makes me like him, right? He fits my system. 3 out of the last 4 games, 7 times value for that price. He's taking more shots now, 15, 19, 17 shots. You're going up against Indiana, who really don't play too much. So he's a perfect candidate for my system. Love me some Avery Bradley, all right? Let's keep it moving. None of these guys stand out, especially with no Stanley Johnson. You got to love Avery Bradley even more. Consider some Avery Bradley and feel good about it, all right? Feel good about it. Tobias Harris, again. Stanley Johnson, he's taking a lot of volume from him. You need about mid to upper 30s. 1, 2, 3, 4 times out of the last 10 games. What worries me with him, though, is his floors could be 16, 15, 22. If you play 6.6 and you get 22 back, you're not too happy about that, right? So be careful with that, man. Be careful with Tobias. I'm not big, huge on Tobias tonight. Tolliver, I guess, been getting some run. 19 his last game, 10 the one before, some inconsistencies. Drummond needs about 48 to make us happy. He's averaging just about that, 47. 53, 50, 35, 46 in the last 4. Going up against Indiana, who seems to be a good matchup for him. I think I like Drummond in that spot. I'm going to go ahead and lock him in, all right? On the Indiana side, Oladipo need about mid-40s. He only been there once out of the last 4 games. I'm not really too big on that. Collison needs 36. He's inconsistent. Stevenson will need about 18. He's hot and cold. He can get you 29, then he can get you 10 to 15. I do like his value on a back-to-back, but I'm not going to go crazy and lock him in the lineup yet, right? Thad Young needs about 36. He hasn't really been able to touch that too consistently. And then Turner needs 42. Against Detroit, it's a tough matchup. I guess the Knicks was Turner's situation is tricky. He's gonna get tons of minutes because of the absence to Sabonis. So we know his minutes are locked in. He doesn't really have a backup. Al Jefferson is old. They're not going to give him more than he can handle. It's a back-to-back. So Turner stands out for me. But for 1, it's a back-to-back. For 2, he's not in a good matchup, right? For 3, for a similar price, I think I'm going to go ahead and get Whiteside tonight against Phoenix. So I'm going to chill off Turner, but Turner's definitely someone to consider. He's one of those people at the end of the night you look at and say, Dad, I should have had Turner. I thought about Turner. I spoke about Turner. But it's just I don't feel it. I don't feel it right there. All right. So that's how I feel about that game right there. All right. Johnson outplay Ellison for 3K. I'll check out some Ellison. Gotta go with Josh Richardson tonight. That's the play of the day. Y'all are sad. Y'all don't hit. What up? Tough night. That's okay. Stack didn't think Sacramento would blow them out. Ellison. Somebody asked about Ellison. Stanley Johnson was out the last game. Ellison played. He didn't really. I'm not feeling Ellison. He gets 20 minutes here. He do 22. I'm not big on Ellison. I don't know. Ellison doesn't really appeal to me. I'm just not a big fan of Ellison. I don't see it. I don't see it right there. So Orlando versus New York. On the Orlando side, point guard Peyton, is he playing? He did not participate in the morning, but he would test his hamstring. Even if he plays, 6K for Peyton. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I'd rather pay for Jeff Teague with no Durant. I feel like the game would be closer out west. And I'd rather pay for Jeff Teague than Peyton if I was to go there in that price range. Fournier is super, super consistent. We need about 36 from him. He's been 32, 39, 36, 36, 48. I like that. That looks impressive. Someone I could consider. I'll pull over some Fournier. Gordon needs about 42. He just had that, but then he had 25, 37, 30. He's not, I don't feel too confident in Gordon. But with no Porzingis, maybe. But on the same note, that boy Kyle Quinn plays defense. He's a hustler, so gotta be careful. And then Vucevic needs 42. He just did that against Boston. But then 21-19. So that Orlando squad is kind of scary. I don't know what they're doing. They're going up and down. On the New York side, point guard, Jarrett Jack needs 24. He's not a scorer. He worries me. He doesn't even get into the mid-20s quite a bit. Nick, whatever his name is, he needs – I'm good with the backcourt. Even though it's a good matchup and one of them should do well, Tim Hardaway is who stands out to me. Again, he's not consistent in that 6 times range, so I'm not really going to pick on him, but he's someone that I see. His usage is going to be up with no Porzingis tonight. And with the increased usage, Orlando should be a good matchup for him. So I like him. I like Courtney Lee, another guy that's going to get more shots. He needs mid-20s. He's been low 20s for the most part. So with an increased usage, I can see Courtney Lee hitting value today. Again, Courtney Lee is 4,200. Another person that's in an increased role is Alex Len. All right. So I prefer Alex Len over Courtney Lee. So I won't really go there. Ennis Cannon needs 36. He's been a little bit inconsistent, but again, he's gonna have more shots. Out of the last 10 games, 1, 2, 3. Cannon is safe. He had a tough matchup against Dwight Howard yesterday, so his rebound numbers were low. I think that's what brought him down into the 20s, but it would be fair to say he's a little bit inconsistent. O'Quinn needs mid-20s to make me happy. The thing is, with no Porzingis, when we look at his minutes, points per minute, we see that this is a guy that we want, right? 18 minutes, 29 points. 17 minutes, 17 points. 16 minutes, 18 points. So if he needs mid-20s, I think if Porzingis is out, he'll get 21 minutes, 41 points. 18 minutes, 26 points. Assuming that Porzingis is going to be out today, I love Kyle O'Quinn. I'm going to go ahead and pull him over and feel confident about that. All right. That's pretty much it for that. Love Kyle O'Quinn. I can't say that enough. All right. Let's check in with YouTube, see what's going on there. Thies is asleep. I love Thies. I don't know if I can get to him because a lot of forward and centers that I like, but love Thies. Waiters, love him. Booker don't play D. Waiters is in a good spot. Any guard against Phoenix is in a good spot. Durant and Horford are out. That we know. Zaza is going to get 35 tonight. Zaza is definitely going to get extended run. So I could see that. I could see the Zaza love. Baines is the plug. Marcus Morris, all I got to say. I got Marcus in most of my lineups. Marcus Morris, we know that when he's given opportunity, he can do well. For 4K, I think that's too cheap. So I like Marcus Morris. Baines, again, it's 250-50. I'm trying to stay away from that today. Lakers versus Boston. Boston, Kyrie needs about 50 to make me happy, okay? In the last 10 games, in the last 4 games, he's dropped 50 once. Call it twice because 50 count here. He's in a good matchup against the Lakers. His usage is going to be up. He's been in the 40s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel good about Kyrie tonight, man. I'm going to go ahead and pick on some Kyrie and not regret it, hopefully. I feel good about Kyrie. All right. Rozier needs about mid-20s. I don't know. I don't know if I could trust Rozier. Brown needs mid-30s. I don't think I could trust him for that. Smart needs just about 30. I did like Smart for a lot of the day. I like Smart, but I don't know. I don't know at this point. He's a bench guy. He's up and down. He's not consistent. He doesn't fit my system. So I really can't go ahead and pull Smart. But yeah. So Jaylen Brown, Tatum. I like Tatum, Smart. Those guys. Marcus Morris. I feel like it's just too cheap. We need 24 from him. His last game, he played 2 games since he's been back, right? The first game, they kind of eased him in. They only got 18 minutes. I believe he came off the bench that game. Not sure. But now his usage might have to go up a little bit with Horford out. He's going to start now. He's taking more shots each game. He could fill up the stat sheet, plays defense. He'll get rebounds. He can score. He'll hit his. He's been 0 for 5 so far on the 3-pointers. And both of those games been on the road. So to be back in his own gym where he's familiar with the colors and he's comfortable and the crowd is on his side, he hit a couple threes for us. I think 4K is just way too cheap for Marcus Morris. I got to consider some Marcus Morris and keep it going. All right, power forward. These people seems to like. I'm having a hard time because let's see, right, with opportunity how he does, right? I think These might be a good value today, but do we want to reach that low? Do we have to, right? Because look, with 11 minutes, he'll get us 21 minutes, he'll get us 22. But then he'll come back 19 minutes and only get us 8, which is similar minutes, 2 different complete production, right? And then he showed point per minute, 18 minutes, 26, double. I get it. Thing is, though, with the Lakers playing Lopez, pulling him out the paint, let's see if he's played against any other 3-point shooting centers. In Milwaukee, Philly got a center that liked to come out on the perimeter. He didn't do too well, right? New York, Cantor don't really come out, so I could see him staying in the lane quite a bit, getting some block. Milwaukee don't have any centers that come out. Miami, I don't know if Whiteside even played that game. San Antonio, Sacramento, anybody can feast on them. The Lakers, oh man, let me see what the thing is with centers. This is tough. It's a punt. It's a punt play. He's in a good spot with no Horford. I feel like him and Tatum. So Baines will probably get the start, right? And Thies will back him up. Tatum will get the start. Thies will back him up. So Thies is in a good spot. For the time being, I'll pull him over and let him sit on my little lineup. But he's the first to go if need be. I'll say that now. That's it for that. Boston. Lakers. Lonzo will never make my team for 6K. I'm just sorry. I don't care how bad Kyrie defense is. Nah, I'd rather get Clarkson for 4K. He needs 24. What more consistency than this you want to see? 20 minutes, 30. 25, 34, 22 minutes against Portland, 21, 20, 23. I like Clarkson. I'll pull him over for the time being in my little last spot because he does fit the 6-time value scheme. I don't know if I'm going to get to him with all the money I got left, but I think he's in a good spot. His upside, we got to compare upside, man. We know Old Quinn got upsides for 40s when he gets the minutes. Marcus Morris, he's still fresh. We don't know. Fournier is just too consistent to take out. Bradley's been consistent, especially with no Stanley Johnson. So I don't see anybody that I would swap out for Clarkson, but we can hold on to him while we go through it. Ingram needs 36, just not consistent enough. He'll drop you 40, then he'll drop you 30. 25, then 36. He's up and down. I don't know about the Ingram guy today. And we know that Boston plays good defense on the wings. Kuzma, I like Kuzma. For 6K, I'm gonna have to chill off Kuzma today. His price keep going up, and the 42 was impressive, but I'm a back off Kuzma again. Boston could be a little tough. Randall for 5K, we never know with the rotations. What's that gonna be like? I do like Brook Lopez for 6K though. 3 out of the last 4 games he made his value. We know that he's taking a lot of shots. He's taking a lot of threes. He's making them. Boston. Doesn't really have. I like him. I like Lopez, but my center spot's already taken, so I really can't go too big on Lopez today. I got to keep it moving with Lopez, and that's it. That's it for that game. Thoughts on Lance, as in Stevenson? Well, yeah, right, because Nance is out. I like Stevenson. I think he's emotional. When he gets hot, he keeps hot for a little bit. He already dropped 29 last night. That's like 10 times value. I think now that he's in the groove, he'll stay there. He's like one of those guys, when he gets big-headed, he's big-headed. We see that in the playoffs, right? Like, he'll just keep going. He'll keep going. A confident Nance is what you want. It's a back-to-back, so the starters might be a little bit limited. They do have some injuries that they're dealing with. Let me see what's going on there. They got some injuries in Sabonis, Glenn Robinson III. So the wings arguably is a little thin, right? If Collison and Oladipo, or say Collison and Corey Joe, even though Corey Joe don't really get all right, 22 minutes. So Collison and Corey Joe on the ones. On the two, Bogdanovich, Lance Stevenson. No, Oladipo, Bogdanovich. On the three, Bogdanovich. So yeah, Oladipo, Lance Stevenson. And on the three, it's Bogdanovich, Lance Stevenson again. Then the fours are slim with Thad Young, Jefferson not playing. So they go small. Who they playing? Detroit's going to be hard to go small against Detroit. So they're going to need Turner out there quite a bit. Again, I like Turner tonight. I think Turner gets a lot of run. Like Lance Stevenson. Lance Stevenson's in a couple of my lineups, right? I can't. There's no reason not to like Lance Stevenson tonight, to be honest. So that's how I feel. Marcus Morris will get 7 or 8 times his price. Too cheap. I agree. I got Marcus Morris. Remember AC. We don't need to reach for some guys because 3K. Some guys are just exactly. Lonzo's motivated. His brother's in the bin for shoplifting. His brother's an idiot. Who's robbing and stealing when I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Curry with no Durant is gonna drop 60 plus. That's not guaranteed. I can't say I agree with that. Teague, Bradley, Warren, Kuzma, Drummond, Hardaway, Smart, Lopez. I like that prodigy. Smart and Hardaway, iffy. Hardaway should do well with the increased usage with no Porzingis, so I can't tell you not to play him. And then Smart should do well against the backcourt of the Lakers. But I don't know. What do you think? Curry, Hardaway, Aaron Gordon, Morris, Whiteside, Irving, O'Quinn, Zaza. Waiters is gonna go off tonight. I believe it. Go ahead, like the video, guys. Thanks for sitting and chopping it up with me. But let's keep it moving. Miami versus Phoenix. On the Phoenix side, point guard. Mike James, I'm not interested in most point guards against Miami. Miami on the guards, they hold it down. But this guy, even Booker for 8K, I'm not even interested. This is gonna be a quick one. Warren, I like Warren tonight. I do like Warren. I got for 36 though. Let's see, 43 when he gets the minutes. What happened here? In San, it was a blowout. Here was another blowout, and then Washington, we know that they give it up to the Wings. Washington is like, that's a given. Brooklyn is another given, but Miami is not Brooklyn. They're not Washington. See, Brooklyn, his value. Utah, but see, look, Portland plays defense. So teams that play defense, it looks like TJ Warren kind of have a hard time a little bit. So I'm going to use some caution with TJ Warren. I'm going to use some caution, all right? I can't say I'm going to lock him in. He's not really consistent enough for the lock right now. Power forward, Len, I do like. I'm going to have to remove Thies and replace it with Len. Biggs against Miami seems to do well. That's a given. And then what's his name has already been ruled out. So Len is going to be in the 30s for minutes. That's a given. We know that. And Len in the 30s. Len is a point per minute guy, is he not? 25 will get us 31. 18 will get us 22. 23 will get us 19. 15 will get us 18. 25 will get us 25. 22 will get us 25. 30 will get us 30. 17 will get us 15. 24 will get us 28. What more do you guys need than that, man? You got to go Alex Len. It just seems too obvious for me. So I got me some Alex Len tonight. I feel good about that. And I'm going to just keep it moving from there, all right? Chris, I'm good. Len, I'm good, yeah, all right? And then now, we're going to go to Miami. Point guard. Dragic's been playing better. He's in the best matchup he could possibly be in. For 7K, I need about 40 from him. He touched 40 once. I'm not really too big on Dragic. I don't see the consistency. Dion Waiters needs mid-30s. Again, I don't see the consistency. I'm not. He got ankle issues. His jump shot has been seeing that. He's not as aggressive. I understand these guys are human beings. I know that a lot of us want to go off last year's stats and be motivated by what we know that they can do, but we got to look at reality of stuff too. He has ankle issues, guys. He's a little banged up. He's hurt. I see Minnesota, he went off. With Whiteside back, I don't think his usage is going to be there for him to go off like that again. Other than that game, he hasn't really done nothing. So for me to say, oh, it's Phoenix, Waiters is a lock, that's just not a good idea. It doesn't sound good in my ears. I'm not big on that. Richardson, these mid-20s, again, this was a blowout. This don't count. Clippers, for him to drop 29 on Clippers, that's motivating. Same could be said for Denver. Chicago, he should have did better. You know what I mean? Atlanta, he did good. So he does good when he's supposed to. And, even though against Orlando, he should have did better. But I don't see anybody in my lineup that I would take out right now for Richardson. So I'm not even gonna chase that. This guy JJ, he needs 36. He just dropped 50. We know the upside is there. Twice out of the last 4 games, he did it. But again, man, with Whiteside, the last game they benched Whiteside because he just came out and he sucked. All right, I don't think Whiteside is gonna suck against. I can understand Draymond getting on Whiteside and him getting frustrated that the Warriors are that good. I get that, but Phoenix are not that good, and this is a good game for Whiteside to try to find his groove back. All right, so I'm gonna keep it moving. 74 for Whiteside is just too cheap, guys. Please understand that. I mean, yes, he only played 16 minutes. He came out 1 for 9. He had a hard outing. I get it, but against the Clippers, who could be tough on bigs, he dropped a 50 bomb. All right, this is when they were easing him back in. And if I get 36 from him, I'm not gonna be too pissed off. I mean, 58 against Orlando. You gotta go Whiteside tonight. I feel like Whiteside is like the biggest lock. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Clarkson and then mess with some Whiteside for that matter. All right. And then that's it for that. Let's check back in with YouTube really quick. Cantor is a good play, yes. We see that bigs are doing well against Orlando. So with no Porzingis, I think Cantor take care of business down there. Curry, I like. Clarkson, I like. Ross, I don't like. I don't think you have to play Ross tonight. I don't know why you would even consider Ross. Honestly, that's my opinion. Is Ross got to go. Morris, Whiteside, Kyrie, Waiters, Dragic. I like it, but I don't like it. I'm sorry, Andy. Ross got to go. I don't love Cat. I don't love his price. I like Cat, but I don't love him. Yeah, don't overthink the Len play. Len will ball out. Oh yeah, Len is locked. Len won me a lot of bread last season. So happy. Allen Williams out the rotation. Dragic revenge game. I'm not chasing that. I played Irving and Curry with Cat, Smart, Stevenson, O'Quinn, and Kuzma. That's calm. I got a line with Irving, Curry, Whiteside, and Drummond. And I didn't take too many risks. Let's check it out right here. Look, I got Irving, Curry, Drummond, Whiteside, Len, Stevenson, Marcus Morris. So I love this line right here. One of these two got to go for the one that I'm making now. One of these two got to go. I just got to see. I got to see in a minute. I'm just going to go through this slate, finish breaking it down. Waiters just had a baby. I think he's going to ball. Babies and basketball don't really correlate. I get it. And if anything, his mind might be on his baby. It might be a distraction. Don't use irrelevant references trying to make things make sense in your mind, guys. You'll drive yourself crazy. Yeah, he's so cheap. Play Whiteside. Good luck, all. I fit in Irving, Curry, and Dragic on DK. Yeah, me too. Not Dragic, though. I don't know about Dragic tonight. Green will be on him, forgot. Yeah, gonna switch to Len for Waiters. You got to play Len. Cat is safe for 40. He's not going to get you more than that. Can't pay that price. Exactly. Cat's too expensive. Let's finish this up, though, guys. It's getting late, and I got to do some stuff. Steph Curry, I need 54 from him. All right, here's my logic, guys. I get that KD is out, and his usage goes up. I get it, right? But, boy, to pay $9K on a slate like this with other good value, I'm just having a hard time. I got him in one of my lineups, but that's just based on scrubs and value and all that. But if I'm going to do a 6-time video and I'm going to say I'm going to stick to my advice and stick to what I've been believing in that's been working for me, I would say Curry is not the option tonight, okay? He needs mid-50s. He needs about 55. He's got that one once, maybe call it the 51 twice in the last 10 games, okay? Even though KD is out, there's still many other options. I think Klay Thompson can get it going and be a big factor. Draymond Green could be the ball handler with but Draymond Green might have his hand full in the post, which opens it up for Curry. Jeff Teague doesn't play defense. That opens it up for Curry. I get it. It's a lot of things going for Curry, but personally, I might just fade this game, man, with this lineup because there's no apparent value that's going to get me that 6 times that I'm looking for. But he's in a good spot. I like him. He's in one of my lineups, clearly. I got him with Kyrie. I got him in this GPP-looking lineup right here. But with that said, on my balanced little lineup right here, I'm not going to do Curry, okay? Just how I feel about it. Clay needs about 40. I don't see him. I can't say I don't see him getting that. But it's going to be tough. He's going to have Jimmy buckets on him, plays good defense, and I think that price is just crazy. I think that price is a little bit too high. KD is out. McCall becomes interesting, all right? But again, do you really want to take those risks when you don't have to? It's tough. Draymond needs 40. He's probably my most considered warrior for 75, and I don't have the money. I'm not going to take out Whiteside for Draymond in this situation. Love Drummond. Kyrie maybe, but Kyrie is a guard, and Kyrie with his usage, it just doesn't make sense. I don't see me taking out any of these guys for Draymond, so I'm good with that. Now, Zaza, somebody mentioned, 3,100 for Zaza with no KD is interesting. Very interesting. I get it. I see that, but I don't have to really stoop that low. I don't see Zaza winning. He can win me a tournament, but I don't see not having him being the reason I don't make money. For one, I don't see his ownership being that high that many people pick him, and it affects me. You know what I mean? So especially the type of tournaments that I've been playing lately. Anyway, I've been winning off whack lineups. So for that person that say, yeah, I don't win. My lineup scored 200 the other day, and they won me $150. So it's not about just your lineup; it's about the tournaments that you play in and how you bet your money. If you're in a 10-time contest and you're playing 4 lineups and only one lineup hit, if you spend $10, right? Let me explain something to you guys. If you spend $10 on a 10 times booster, but you got to be smart, right? And you buy in for $10 at nighttime, you'll get into 2. And then when those fill up, they'll put out 2 more. So between night and day, you can get into 4 10-time boosters. You put 4 lineups in and 1 hit. That's $100 from $40 that you just won. You understand? Now, if 2 hit, that's $200 from $40 that you just won. So I'm out of these big tournaments. I keep trying to tell you, it's not about your lineup. It's about what tournaments you earn. It's about both. So with that being said, I don't see out of a 30-player pool that 15 are going to have Zaza tonight because KD is out. No, I see 15 having Steph Curry because KD is out. Steph Curry gives me 40. I don't have him, and it gives me an advantage. So that's my approach when I'm playing these tournaments. It's just how I think, man. That's how I process information. So with that said, don't like Zaza. Let's look at Minnesota now, right? Point guard, Jeff Teague for 6,500. I like it, especially with no KD. I like it because he's been super solid. Look, 47, 37, 58. He's getting assists. All right. He could have he's been double machines, getting assists 38, 31. He so fits my system. It's hard for me not to have Jeff Teague. I'm just gonna have to move some things around and see if I can fit him in for that price. But maybe not. But it's gonna be hard to leave Jeff Teague on the table tonight. It's going to be Teague or A.V. Bradley. I think I prefer Teague, but I got to look at it when it's done. But Teague is someone that I want to try to fit in my line for sure. I love Teague tonight based on my 6-time system. Butler, no. Wiggins, no. Taj Gibson's another one based on the little system that I got. He needs about upper 20s. He's been doing it, but I'm not convinced. I'm not big on Taj Gibson. I'm good. I'm going to leave that alone. And then Towns, we already said it's too expensive, right? So the only thing here is I will have to take out Fournier, right? I'm just trying something. I doubt that I'm going to do this. But if I take out Fournier, put Teague, and then for 61, I got to go back. Bradley. I like Bradley, man. Bradley's been balling for that price, too. Tim Hardaway Jr. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I don't care about that usage going on. I'm not gonna do that. So it comes down to Teague or Fournier for the most part. That's what it's looking like for me. Teague or Fournier, all right? Because I'm gonna lock in Avery Bradley, and then let's go to guard. It's gonna be Teague or Fournier, and I'm just gonna eat the rest of that money that's available. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna eat it. Let's see. So Teague or Fournier. I'm thinking Teague in this situation, man. I think Teague is in the last 10 days. Fournier's averaging just 30, just dropped a 14 bomb. But with Aaron Gordon stepping up, so many options, man. And then even when he gets into the 30s, like 32, 31, 36, 36, he can be so consistent. I don't know. Oh, this Boston was a blowout. He shot 2 for 14, but if we ignore that, it's like 30s every day. And 29.75 is a 30, right? Let's look at Teague. He's averaging 40 in the last 10 games. His upside is showing 47 and 58. He also had a bad game. But other than that, I think I gotta go Teague, man. Based on just numbers, if I'm looking at numbers, I gotta go Teague. And for Avery Bradley, gotta go Teague. And then for Avery Bradley, the only thing I could say here is between him and Tim Hardaway. Again, Avery Bradley, 34, 36, 34. See, this is sometimes when I get stupid, I just try to use the rest of the money. Sometimes it's better to save money, man. Save money and go with obvious stuff. But look, in the last 10 games, Timmy with the usage against Orlando, Timmy's not a bad. He got some 50-point upside with no Porzingis. I think he chucks up a lot of shots, 18 shots. Let me see who got a better matchup. Bradley is saying he's averaging more in the season than Bradley. Bradley got the better matchup apparently. Let's take a trip to Vegas. Let's see what Vegas is about that game. NBA. Now that Porzingis is doubtful, I bet the odds went way down from when it opened. Let's see. Knicks open at 213. Oh, now it's up to 217. And then the Minnesota game, not Minnesota, Indiana game 210 opened up, and now it's down to 209. So the New York game seems to. I think I'm gonna go Timmy, man. I think I'm gonna go Timmy for that 2 spot over Avery Bradley. Bradley is at home with rest. Bradley got rest. Hardaway's playing a back-to-back. Hardaway versus Bradley. I think that's where we are with it, man. I'm gonna go Timmy here, man. I'm gonna go Timmy. With no Porzingis, I'm gonna go Timmy. Timmy or Avery Bradley. That one's tough, man. Wiggins? No, I don't like Wiggins. Let's see what you guys think. Tyson ruled out, confirmed, yes. Lance Stevenson, watch out. I like Taj since I see Draymond garbage time. Splash Brothers stack would be great. I'm not gonna risk that. Is Porzingis out for sure? No. And if Porzingis does not come out, then I'm just gonna switch it back to Avery. Can't agree with you on Curry. I love Curry. Teague is the worst defender for starters. I agree. I love Curry tonight. I don't love Curry's price. Curry will ball out, and I got to line up with Curry. So I'm not hating on Curry. I don't want you to think I don't like Curry, but I just don't think he's a 6 times value guarantee for this lineup. All right. Is he a must play? If you have 2 lineups, one have to have Curry. I agree. But again, I don't love his price. Clay is gonna be, how does Curry not? But I love Curry. Love Curry. What do you think about Tobias, your man Tobias? I'm not in love with Tobias. I think at home he's in a good spot. I think he can go off. He got go off potential. He's been inconsistent. I think he's been inconsistent, and I chased him after that first night when he won us that money, and then since then it's been hard to get him. Like Sacramento, anybody could do well against, but then Milwaukee, Lakers, yeah, Tobias been way too hot and cold for me. I'm just not too good on him. No Porzingis might play. It's a game time decision. Yeah, the Porzingis news determines what I do with O'Quinn. No Porzingis. I'm getting rid of that O'Quinn lineup ASAP. But I think he's out though. I don't think they're gonna play him. I got a good feeling that he'll be out. Splash Brothers stack would be great. I like Taj since I see Draymond. Taj is good, but I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced on Taj. Buckets can defend, of course. Play average 31 points and 4 meeting against the Timberwolves. Clay. But the whole Timberwolves team is different. It's a whole different team. They got Jimmy Buckets now. They didn't have him last year, so you can't look at that. Lance Stevenson, I like. Yes, that's a recent revelation for me as well. Picking the right tournaments. Yeah. Nice lineup. Whiteside's a lock. I like Taj Gibson. Taj is a walking double-double. How come you guys don't stack Golden State today? Durant is out. It's not a bad stack. They're just so expensive that when you stack them, you find yourself in a tough situation. So I don't know if that's what I want to do. Going to be such a high-scoring game. Teague doesn't play D. When he was with the Pacers, they were weak against point guard. Now, yeah, that's a fact. Teague does not play D. That's a fact. Tyson Chandler is out. He's out. Doubtful means you're out, man. Especially when you're a veteran, he's out. Wiggins always at Golden State. He's great. GPP. Wiggins is always great. He likes to go off, but I'm just not convinced. He's not consistent. Wiggins has never put up 40 against Golden State. The most is 36. He's been in the low 30s. Exactly. Let's get these scrippers and Raji. Let's do it. I think Iggy sees more minutes with KD out. I agree, but that doesn't mean I'm going to chase Iggy for that reason. All right. So this is my lineup right here, okay? Now, if it determines that Porzingis will play, this is going to be my lineup. No Porzingis, this is my lineup, okay? If Porzingis plays, then we take out Tim Hardaway. We go back to Avery Bradley. We take out O'Quinn. And a forward for that price, I would say, I would go Richardson, Taj Gibson, all good options. That's it. So last minute, say Porzingis playing, just go Richardson or Taj, whichever one your gut feels with. I think they're both good. I think Taj been balling. He was 2 points away from a double-double. So Taj is good. Taj is good with Thibodeau back on his coaching staff. Richardson is good. I'll probably say Taj just because he can get points, rebounds. Richardson's a 2 guard. So yeah, I will go Taj, right? Boom. So if Porzingis plays, this is what we're gonna do. If Porzingis does not play, which I don't think he will, I'm gonna go ahead and keep my Tim Hardaway and no Porzingis. O'Quinn is like the locks of all locks. All right. So that's my 2 options, with or without Porzingis. That's what it looks like. All right. Final thoughts before I get out of here. Value player of the day is Marcus Morris. I agree. I love Marcus today. Would you fade Clay and Jimmy? I don't have them in none. I have 3 lineups and none of them have either one. Jimmy Buckets, I'm good with. Tim has more upside. That's why I went with Tim. Who do you think sees the most upsides with KD out? Definitely Draymond and Steph for his price, but Curry going off for sure. He's gonna go off, but it's basketball. So not because somebody could shoot, man, that they're gonna make it all these shots. You know what I mean? As far as going to the lane, Taj Gibson could be a good defender around the rim. We know Curry could like to drive, so Taj Gibson could be. It's a lot of variables, man. You can't say for sure about anything. It could be tip off here, jump, twist his ankle. Then what? You know what I'm saying? It's basketball. I like Curry tonight. Yes, I have him in my lineup, but I'm not gonna go 100% Curry in all my lineups. That'd be crazy. All the tall people. Tim has more upside than Bradley. For sure. I can't say that. I can't say that because Bradley showed some grit too. But with Porzingis, I'm not going to go Tim. I'm going to go Bradley. Right now, I'm going Tim over Bradley. Bradley already Yeah, Bradley hasn't touched 40, so I get it. Yeah, you're right. But no Porzingis, I'll go Bradley. No Porzingis, I'm going Tim Hardaway. With Porzingis, I'm gonna go Bradley and Taj Gibson. It's just that simple. All right. Thanks for hanging out again, guys. On the way out, go ahead, like the video. Follow my Twitter. And let's get it, man. Good luck tonight. I feel good about tonight. Play with confidence, man. Peace.